The fourth mechanism that language requires is subjects and objects. In the sentence we've been looking at, Bob is the grammatical subject, the ball is the object, and Spot, who's going to catch the ball, is the indirect object. These syntactical distinctions are necessary for language to communicate meaning. If Bob is partly Spot, and the ball is partly Bob, and Spot is partly Bob, our language will not let us say anything meaningful about this situation at all. But as we have seen in our discussion of King Milinda's Chariot, the ball and Spot are definitely partly Bob. The identity of Spot does not reside inside of Spot. It is entirely in Bob's 8-year-old mind. In the same way, 8-year-old Bob is spread out all over his neighborhood, in the cracks in the sidewalk he knows so well, the shape of his driveway, the hedge he hurdles over as the countdown ends in hide and seek. Bob is arrayed across all of these things. They make up his waking 8-year-old life. Take away the cracks in the sidewalk he counts every morning on the way to school, and you take away a little piece of what Bob is at this point in his life. You don't have the exact same Bob anymore. But our language cuts this off. It can only say that Bob counts the cracks in the sidewalk on the way to school. It presents the world as follows. There is a subject, Bob, separate from the object, the cracks in the sidewalk. There is a syntactical subject-object relationship between these two distinct things. Bob counts the cracks in the sidewalk. And, supposedly, this conveys the world to us. In reality, the cracks are deep within Bob's sensations and thoughts and feelings. They are just one of the many peculiar aspects of being alive at age 8 that add up to being Bob. The subject and object are all flowing together. But structurally, our language cannot give us this world. So it doesn't. We end up as adults thinking that the subject-object distinction is real, and that it really exists in the world. This is part of the reason we have so much difficulty making the switch that King Milinda's Chariot forces us towards. We think the world is divided into observer and observed, subject and object. But this is a structural feature of our language. It is not a structural feature of being in the world.